Hello Internet, this is Z Schrodinger's cat, and welcome to another episode of Direwolf20 Modded 1.12. Last episode, I built this house, and now I am tasked with filling all its rooms with things. The only room I filled in was this one, and it doesn't look particularly... It's for utility. That's the utility room. And now I need to start a bedroom, because my bed is just unceremoniously out here. I need to bring it inside. So I think I'll take the biggest room up here. And, I don't know, I could pick some just random spot to have my bed over here. And bed. And bed. Bed? It's not working with me here, is it? Bed. I want to put a bit of a rim around it, because it currently doesn't look like it sits well in the area, especially because it is not bits, and the rest of it is bits. I think I will push that up a little bit, lower it by a couple bits, and then push it in a couple bits. Now there is a bit of a problem, because I do need full blocks in order to be able to spawn here. So I'm going to have to remove that. I hope this counts as a solid block, because I need one, although it might make more sense to do it on this side. That is weird. Maybe I remove this here. I can put some wool down, and that will make more sense as far as having a change in elevation there, because I can also bring the bit layer, let's see, not there because I can't do it there, but removing parts of these and then having it be an intentional change in depth. That makes it look like there are ruffles in the carpet. Now I also want to add a bit of a headboard. I think that's a little bit too bad. It's too bad. Let's try doing some posts. Can have like a four poster bed up like that, and then maybe up again to have a bit of a curve, and then this also. Maybe I will bring this all the way up. Well, not all the way, just like to give it a similar design as that, like a little cutout. That is too something. It's too something. Let's try adding some of those. And then round this out over here so it's more curved. Round this up here. Put a little thing on top. Widen the thing on top. And I think I'll remove some of these so that it's a similar width all the way around. It's not amazing. What if I put a pole in the middle here to fill in some of this area? That's better. And I need to shape this to be on the same level of depth. And what if I removed that? That's interesting. Not loving it. I think I will remove it like that. No, that's no good. Now I want to put a dark oak thing on top of here. I think there's bark in this game. But I already made it in not bark, so it's staying this way. I'm just gonna put a little thing on top to cover up that texture. And then I'll do the same thing over here. And I think I'll do it in here. Hopefully that doesn't take up too much of the space. I don't think it does. I think I might give up on the prospect of this being my spawn point, because a lot of this would need to go, this would need to go, basically all of this layer here would need to go. Also, this bit over here, and I just don't, like, spawn is just, like, right over there, so it's not that big of a deal, and I can sleep in it. I can sleep in it fine. That's all that matters. I'm going to put a little shelf next to it. And I don't think it has to be too complicated. I think that might be good. I could try removing a bit here. Yeah, that's good. I can also start making a dresser over here with these drawers, doing it in a different material so that it stands out a little bit more. And I can also come through here and remove a bit around each of the drawers to add a little bit more emphasis on the shape. And then I can replace the background with a different block. I'm not sure how I feel about that particular block, actually. I might need a different one. Maybe some mineral wood would look a bit better, because it's darker. Let me try doing the other drawers first. Well, that certainly looks bad. Let's try removing these in the middle here, so that it's a little bit less busy. I can replace the block that's there behind it with the right block, and I think that works better. I'm thinking maybe I will, fill in these gaps a little bit so the drawers are a bit wider. I'm actually going to go up another block and see how that looks. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll sleep in my new bed. Now I can take some of the dark oak and put a bit on the front here, like a handle. That's not the same number of bits. I'll fix that at some point. And then again, down here, I will make these the same in the future, but not on camera because it takes counting. You get the idea of how that's gonna be. Imagine it the right number. Now I do want to remove some off the top here because this top area is looking pretty bulky. I want to try putting a little layer of spruce on top of here to change some of the colors and bump it out one so there's a depth change. Maybe I'll make that a little bit higher. That's not bad. Remove this. That's pretty good. Now let me put some stripes on here to break up this flat wall. And also in the middle, let's put one across here, another one across here, and another one down here. One on the bottom, too, to even it out. What if I replace these handles with spruce? That is better. And it's easier to see where I went wrong. I want to put a bookcase over here, and next to it are going to be 2 end tables. I think I'll have the bookcase coming 1/4 block out from the end tables, because one of them has to be more out than the other, and this seems like good enough way to do it. So I'm going to have an L like that. I think I'm going to fatten this up a little bit and then take some of this stuff and make a line of it here as well as on this side. Bring that all the way up to here and all the way up to over here. I could take this block as shelves. One there, one here. Maybe a little thicker. Maybe I add another layer on top. I actually don't mind there being a little lip there where it's 1 block lower. And I think I will come out another bit so that there's only 1 bit difference between this and the thing on the bottom. I think I will add another shelf out here. Remove this. I don't know about that actually because I don't like how... Hold on, it's dark. Stop being dark. I don't like how this is different. I didn't want to count the bits, but I guess I have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's simple math. I'm actually not liking how that back area is the same as this bottom bit. I think I'm going to remove that. Put this block all the way around. Getting around is not an easy task in this place. Let's see. Let me bring this across here so that... Why is that different? Why is it different? Why is it gonna be different? Why? Let me up! Alright, raise this up a little bit. And that looks a little bit more cohesive, I think. I might want to put a layer of dark oak underneath here to give the shelves a little bit more width. Except for down here, because I don't feel like removing the floor to go down and do it. I'm too lazy. But I will try removing this and also this line here. Just a little bit more depth. I guess I'll do it on the outside as well. For these end tables, I just want to make a little handle as a drawer. And the same thing on the other one. These will be fairly identical. With the exception of the measurements, which are... There we go. I did it. And then I want to have a layer of dark oak that covers the top of it. Although I am going to lower that down a bit because it is a bit thick. That's better. I'm also going to put a little foot on it. No, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look very good at all. What if I did it to this level? Not sure about that. What does it look like if I do it to both? I mean, it's not terrible. Let's see. Let me remove this plane here and put the spruce on the outside. Same with this one over here. And then put a little line here. Maybe I remove a couple bits there. So that's shifted a little bit more to that side. Do the same over here, except mirrored. And maybe fill in this area with a similar thing, except back here, I make that bit the log. So I just have to make sure it's the same on the other side. Is that so much to ask? That's not so bad. What if I replace the top bit here with the mineral? Oh, I ran out. Okay, great. I've started to put down some more shapes for some more furniture, made some lamps. I also put a lamp up in here. This all needs more detail, but I'm going to start with the couch here. I'm going to have this fairly high back, then I'm going to replace this bit here with wool, then put a lip here on the bottom of oak, and then I think I will push this in one bit, then add a 8th block up like this. I actually think I might take that down by 1. I'm thinking I might push this out 1, then I can put a line like that. It's a bit too... I'm gonna push the wool up a couple bits. I don't like how thin the seat is. I'm going to push the back bit back by a 4th block and replace this with wool. Then I'm going to carve this down a little bit more so that the top bit is 2 bits wide, whereas the bottom bit is 4 bits wide. Actually, I could do a bit of a slope, so it goes like that. I'm not too worried about what's going on back here. Then I want to remove some of the wool here to make it look a little bit more organic and like actual fabric instead of a block. Take off a bit on the corners so it looks rounded, and layer some additionally on top here. And then I just connect these dots. I'm thinking I might remove this bit here because this bottom bit is looking pretty bulky and I don't like it. I think I will even remove a bit off the top, make sure that it's even on both sides, which it most definitely is not. I've skipped ahead a day here because I felt like what I was doing was taking a long time and being repetitive, and I don't know how many more ways I can say I'll just remove a bit here and there before I drive myself insane. So I did some stuff off camera. My favorite thing that I did were these rugs. I have these little throw rugs, like they're made out of wool, and they have these little strings on the end, like some of those rugs do. I have another one down here. This is probably the best one, or at least from this angle, anyway. I added some little crates. I don't know, I did a bunch of things. I added these little boxes here on the end. I created this little kitchen area with these cabinets and a counter and this little stove with these burners and this whatever, some cups, another table. And I like this floor with the white terracotta and the limestone. I also took a couple of cauldrons, and when I get some iron to make a bucket, I will fill them with water because they're like sinks or something. The idea being that there's probably not running water, but maybe there is, I don't know. I also made these end tables on the end of this couch, which I also changed a lot. I made the back of that spruce. I thinned down the bottom bit here. What just happened? I don't know what just happened. I also made a table and these little chairs and a shelf and a lighty thing, and here's a plant. It's got leaves on it on a little table thing. And then, oh yeah, this over here I like a lot. This little painting of sort of mesa with thin trees, etc. Another plant. That room's still undone. I think that's it. Oh, there's also these things I detailed a little bit. I put a bunch of lanterns around because I was tired of it being dark all the time. Now I want to figure out something for the porch because it doesn't look good just ending right here. I want to remove these blocks and these all the way. Go away. And then I want to put down some slabs here. And I think I will carry this out to like here. I think 3 blocks wide is a good enough width. I want to remove about a half block here, then bring across the light gray terracotta and cover up this area so that the porch here is starting in the middle of this block and we don't have that weird end of pole effect thing. Then of course I will fill in this thing here. I don't like how that's exactly the same. I might push this down by 1 bit. So it's a different elevation, but it's only a little bit different, and I think that's fine. I'm actually going to extend this, I think, 2 more blocks, because it feels a bit tight in here. And move that bee. Aha! You can move them! And get out of the way. Let's do... Oh, I'm out of energy. I was gonna make a bee tower, but I'm out of energy. The sun has just decided to leave, so I guess I will go back inside. Now I'm free to do what I want here. I want to bring down, let's see, do I want to do it at the same points as these supports here? I think I might. Or at least I can start there. Behind it, I want to put another line of dark oak. Receded back 1/4 block, so there's some depth. And there isn't that line between the two wood types. And behind it can be fairly open. I'm just trying to get it to be all the way back there. Okay, great. I wish I were smaller. Now I want to create a bit of a railing here. So I think I will continue those poles up and then bring this bar across with that gap in the middle. Make sure that's all filled in. Then this is quite bulky, so I do want to thin it down a little bit. I think I will make this a 1/4 block thick. That's looking a little bit empty, so I want to try putting a few bars, probably not that close together, probably every 2, what are these, 4th blocks? That works out pretty well, actually. It's perfectly numbered out. And then on this side, I can remove a bit, and maybe another bit, and then maybe I bring it forward a couple bits on this side. So I was thinking of having it thinner, but now I'm just like, oh, I can have it right there, and it's in the middle, and it's nice. Oh, crap. It's only right because I did it wrong on this side. This actually needs to be like that. I guess I can move it over one. So I can have it start here, and then meet in the middle. Like that. Good enough. And I think that might be just simple enough. I think making it more detailed would take it out of the style that I'm going for. I think maybe putting some on top of here so that this is not completely flat all the way through. Do I want that to be that high? Actually, yeah, that's a good height. Just to have that little bit of a lip where the pole comes up to make it look more supported. I might want to remove one bit off of this line right here so that there is a depth difference here, but there's still a depth difference for the poles as well. And that'll make it seem like different planks nailed together instead of one big wood form. Now that I've done that, I am thinking these poles need a little bit more definition because they are a bit flat. I don't want to do too much. Like I said, if I get too complicated, it will look more like Art Deco or something like that. But I want maybe some rounding off like that. That could be good. Do I want to go down to a small scale? A 16th bit scale? I think I might. Well, that slope's not very good. I need to fix that. I should sleep so that I don't get exploded. I really like this picture. I like it a lot. It's wool, white wool, sand, terracotta, and I think there's some treated wood planks and then dark oak down at the bottom. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe if I remove this plane here one bit so that this isn't flush with the pole, that's an improvement. I can also make this a smaller scale. That's not bad. I do wonder, what if I remove this corner here on this to make it a little bit rounded? I think that's better. So that way it looks like this layer here kind of wraps around the bottom and then down the poles. This plane. Let me try removing a 4th block from here so there's a little bit of a detail on there. I know I said I wasn't going to get too detailed, but here I am. Take me as I am. Now I will need to adjust this a little bit because the top is curved, so this plane underneath here needs to be a curve. Okay, now I stop adding more detail. Now is the time to stop. Now I want to make a road that goes into the center of town. The closest road, I think, to me is this one over here, so I need to connect it up probably around here, over there. It's gonna be quite the road. They've been using mud bricks from Biomes of Plenty and the chiseled dirt bricks. I don't know how much mud I personally feel like collecting, but I will use some of it. There is some of it over here. I might transition to another block because I am lazy. I do not know where they got it, and I think I even told them to get it, but I didn't think about the future in which I would have to do it, and I didn't think at all. But so, well, let's see how many these make. Oh, it's only a stack? It's only a stack? Ah, well. I'll use it sparingly, I guess. I think I'll curve this way. Come kind of straightish around here. I'll have to move that B. Then just have a slow curve this way until I meet up with this. Now that I've put that in, I want to replace some of this with the spruce to make it look like the two paths are merging, or that dirt is coming across on the porch or whatever as it leads outward. And I've brought a bunch of the bricks forward so that it blends in more. Maybe there was bricks over this at some point and now they're beginning to crack away, or there was board, or the other way around, or something. I don't know. It looks good. There is a bit of a problem, a bit of a flaw with where I have set my /home point. It's a bit difficult, I will say. I have had better. I've had better. Where am I now? I want to try putting some of this sandy dirt around the path. I'm actually thinking it might be too light. I collected so much of it, but it's too light. Maybe if I put it on the other sides, it will look better. I need to get grass, but I don't currently have any silk touch. Maybe if I keep doing the thing that I don't like, I'll suddenly start liking it. Actually, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Honestly, could be worse. I'm going to try putting it around places. It's likely I'll have to replace a lot of this area because there's so many different colors going on here in this mesa. Just like the top layers here. Maybe it can even blend into this yellow clay. And then the yellow clay can blend into orange and then into red and etc. I don't know. I'll have to put some more dirt somewhere. Now that looks pretty neat. I'm not gonna deal with this area right now because this is kind of farther away from my place and I don't want to take up too much space. I brought it up to here, but now I think it is time for me to start adventuring. I want to go out yonder into the wild world and find myself some things and also a place to put a base. I don't know where. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm gonna start looking. It's gonna be Dr. Seuss themed, so probably something with a bright grass color. I found a desert temple. I'm only 500 blocks from spawn. I don't know how it wasn't raided, but I found a bunch of stuff. I got this stuff in my inventory, and then also in this box, look at all this stuff. I got a swapping one, I got a staff of traveling, I got another sword, good sword, bunch of capacitors, and some constellation paper for the constellation VCO for the astral sorceries. Wonderful, wonderful loots. I'm surprised nobody had found this earlier. Let me up. I want up. Let me up. Did it. Now this is a good grass color. I'm not particularly concerned about terrain because I will end up making my own terrain later. I just need to make sure this biome is big enough for my purposes. I'm not going to be doing chisel and bits for my base. Mostly. I'll do some, but not entirely like I did my house. Because, a few reasons. One, it's laggy. It's laggy as hell. And two, I really like the experience that I'm having in survival of having a base that just sprawls and sprawls and sprawls. And with bits, it just takes so long to get a sizable area done. I want to feel more immersed in it. This area might not be the best because it's pretty small. It's pretty puny. I think I will keep looking. But I will raid this temple thingy over here because there might be stuff inside. Down we go. I think somebody else might have already gotten to the stuff. They sure did. I don't know what these are for. Constellation papers? I don't remember. There's nothing here. Okay. I did Astral Sorcery and SevTech, and I forgot nearly all of it, but the search continues. And all of the biomes that I found that I wanted were so small. Look how small this one is. This is small and a great color. Look at this great color. Small. Over here I found a cherry forest. Small. But I have found this area over, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. This is a pretty sizable magical forest, and I think this will work well. This grass color's really good, really vibrant, and the leaf color's really good. Not as good as this biome over here. I think this one's a little bit better, but small! But that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, I will start on the base. Now, I'm not done at spawn. There's still a lot of changes and additions I want to make to that place, like a backyard and more of the roads and stuff, but I just need a break from the bits, and I want to start getting some infrastructure up because I'm tired of scrounging off of scraps that I find in the world. So, I'm gonna say good day to you, Internet, and thank you for watching!